Hey everyone, it's Sam Mackay here from Enterprise DNA. I want to go over a specific technique here around filtering dates. Now, it's a combination of a few things, but it's something I've seen asked a few times, especially on the Enterprise DNA forum and elsewhere. And it's around how can you filter by up to a specific date. So what I mean by that is that sometimes you have calculations or ways you want to represent your data that go outside a time range or time window that you want to show. And I want to show you how you can create a calculated column inside of your date table and then use it as a filter to change the way a visualization represents data. Now, this particular example is a really good one. So let's just set the scene here, and we'll go into the technique in a second. So basically, this data is showing results for every single day. Now you'll see here though that my date table, it actually goes all the way out until 2019, and this will be very common if you're using a date table that has quite a wide range. What I want to do though is I want us to have my date slicer here. I only want it to go up to the very last day of the data, or I want it to go up to today, like at this very day that we're in right now. And what that will do is that will then filter, and the filter will update. I'm going to write some logic where the filter will update every single day. And so whenever we walk in and look at our report, this is always going to represent the current date. Now, it's actually quite easy. It's actually quite simple, and I've already set it up here because I don't really need to go into too much detail once you actually see how it's done. So what I've done, I'll just highlight the column here, is I have created a formula within here. This is my date table. So you'll see here that this is a detailed date table. You can watch a video around how to do this from Enterprise DNA. Just search for it on YouTube or Google. But basically, this is a really detailed date table, but I'm creating a switch here. I'm creating a switch that says, is the day before today? And then you see here, look how simple this formula is. All I'm doing is I'm creating some if logic where I'm going, if the date is less than today, or less than and equal to is probably a bit better, then equal to true and equal to false. Now, how do you think that is very easy, right? It's just very simple logic, similar to what you would do in Excel. But then how can I add it to here where this always filters up to today? Well, this is made really easy actually in Power BI, because all I need to do is find this switch that we just created as before today and drag it into this filter area here. And I'm going to put it as a page level filter here. So I'll just go page level filter. And then I need to select true, because that logic is going to say, well, if it's before today, equal it to true. And then check out this slicer now. So obviously the current date that I'm recording, this is 18th of July 2018. So you'll see that this slicer now only goes up to that particular date. So what's cool about that is that you don't need to, say for instance you've got a date table, you don't need to go and update your date table every single day. What you can do is you can have a really detailed and lengthy date table, so you could go out to 2020 or even further, but then you have this switch in your date table which enables you to place a filter on either a page or your entire report only up to the current date. So it's a big time saver if you can create this sort of logic in your date table. So that's literally all I wanted to cover. I've just seen this asked a few times, and it's a relatively intuitive solution. So that's what I wanted to go over today. So hopefully you got a lot out of it. Certainly, simple techniques there can go a long way to creating some good visualization, some good report pages. So I wish you all the best with it. Don't forget to subscribe to Enterprise DNA TV. Really good content coming out all the time. So I want to get that out to you as soon as it's released. Okay, all the best. Cheers.